And hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents here on Amazon Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We also are simulcasting our broadcast. We have a very big thing that's kicking off this week that I'm so excited about. So you guys are also joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and on Instagram. I have the one and only celebrity publicist, best-selling author, Mr. Angelo Ellerbee, rejoining us today. We're kicking off a 5-part series today from his new best-selling book, Before I Let You Go. You all can get it in paperback as I have it, hardcover as I have it, as well as Kindle edition as I have it as well. But it's joining us on Amazon. I have it highlighted for you guys in the carousel. You can be able to go ahead and get your copy there, as well as the other books by Mr. Ellerbee. But he's had quite the adventure with the release of this new book. Now, he's had bestsellers before, but with this book, he really has been on an aggressive book tour. He's been in a lot of media. We're going to talk to him about that. He had a special street naming ceremony also in New Jersey. We're going to talk to him about that, and also what he hopes you're able to take away from this book. So let me tell you what you guys can expect from this 5-day series that we're doing this week. Today, we're going to kick it off talking about the book in general and the introduction. Then tomorrow, we'll be going into the first section of the book, which is craft refinement. So if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to be able to put those in the chat. Would love to be able to share those with our audience here. We see you guys already coming in over there on IG. Hello to you, Tina Siemens. Triple Access Media, hello to you. Good to be able to see you. Angela Anderson presents. Angela, good to be able to see you. And also Christine Gunnarsson. But Mr. Ellerbee, hello to you and welcome back.
Hey, it's always a pleasure being with Cyrus.
Look, I appreciate that. Well, let's just talk about you taking out the time, because you've been look, you're used to having your artists out there all over the place. You have literally been all over the place doing book signings. I've seen you on television interviews. You've been doing radio, as I mentioned, the street naming. What has it been like for you, Mr. Ellerbee, to enjoy this season of your career and success?
Rewarding, very rewarding. I'm very, very thankful, appreciative of just having the book, being accepted in households across America. I'm most appreciative how people are viewing the book. That's really important for me, and what they're getting out of the book. The book is clearly about them being encouraged. I want people to be encouraged. When they conclude this book, walk away feeling good about who you are and where you stand.
Yeah, I love that. Renee the Diva, hello to you over there on IG as well. See you guys also over there on YouTube. Again, if you have any questions or comments for Mr. Ellerbee, put those in the comment section. We'll be glad to be able to bring those in. And Mr. Ellerbee, I think as someone who's read the book, and I've been, again, following you as you've been on this press run for it, I love the fact that there's so many different nuggets that people can take away from it. But since we're starting this new series here on Amazon Live, I want to ask from the very beginning, what was the import for you to write it? What is it that led you to write the book Before I Let You Go?
As I would go to tell the story that it was about, it's for the people. It really was for me. Mm-hmm. It was therapy for me. I mean, it was many things that I went through in my life. I filed bankruptcy twice in my early career. I was responsible for 22 people that they had their families. My life was an up and down kind of situation there. And I needed to be, I needed to have that therapy. And I gave myself therapy by writing this book with the outlooks of everyone, all of God's children, whoever they may be. I wanted them to walk away being encouraged. And as I thought of them, I thought of myself in writing the book. Before I Let You Go, Angelo.
Yeah, I love that. And it's such a great reminder for us about our own importance. But you start off the book, Mr. Ellerbee, for those who haven't gotten Before I Let You Go yet, if you're not joining us on the Amazon site, if you're joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, there's a link that will bring you guys over to Amazon. If you're joining us on X, we'll put it in the comment section. Those on Instagram, we'll put it in our stories for you. But in the introduction, as you're talking about, one of the things that you address is realizing who you are, and also realizing who's really there for you. And one of the things that you address is social media, because as much as we love it, you use it, I use it, our audience, of course, is using it because they're watching this platform. You remind us of those who are really in our corner and those that may just be following the journey. Yes. What has helped you to stay grounded on what really matters, not just for yourself, but also, as you were just mentioning, those who are in your corner or in your circle?
For me, it's always about self-preservation.
Hmm.
It's always about taking care of you first. I put God first in my life, but I know that I have to support me. I have to take care of me. And in doing so, I'm able to do that for others. I think you have to really wake up in the morning and be very thankful that you're existing. And you have to move steadfast in a area of your concentration. If you want people to believe, then you have to believe in you to get believers. And I think it's really important that people begin to believe in themselves and start to love themselves and stay on that yellow big road. You'll find your place. You'll find your place if you life.
Yeah. And I think that is what so many people, and you talk about this a lot, Mr. Ellerbee, and I've appreciated you even sharing this in interviews. And that's one thing that gets people caught up, right? Is that they get in such a hurry. You talk about a lot, you've mentioned here on Amazon with us before, about it's not about looking for that quick fix. It's not about looking for that quick trip, that it really is about the process. Do you think it is that process that has led you to have the 2024 that you've had, with the new book coming out, a #1 new release, with the street naming ceremony, with the other accolades that you're getting? Do you think that process of being brewed is what has helped you get here?
Oh, absolutely. I applaud in and everyone that is out here trying to do their thing. I'm happy for them. I used to ask myself the question, when will I, or if I will ever get what I believe I deserve to get? But I didn't go hating on people. I went loving on people. I applauded people for their accomplishment. I always say that it's not about winning every race. It's about staying in the race. And you stay in the race, eventually you will win. But you have to encourage yourself. You got to be loyal to yourself. You got to be truthful to yourself. The truth cannot be on strike in life. You have to be loyal and truthful to yourself and stay focused.
Yeah. You gave an example in the book. I won't say the artist's name here. Our audience will have to read it to be able to find out. But you talk about this young artist, and what you said about them was this, and it ties into the point you were just making, Mr. Ellerbee. It's on page 22 and 23 for you guys who have the paperback edition of the book. You say this: someone should have supported that young artist in not building her brand and trying to save her family at the same time. Trying to secure the bag and grab everything that's being offered to you at the same time can sometimes prove detrimental. Sometimes you cannot help people when they think they get to have it all and all at the same time. They want what they want when they want it and are willing to step over people and experience to get there. The problem with that thinking is that as fast as it happens, it can unravel without foundation, structure, and scope. I want you to talk about that with our audience, because again, I think a lot of times, to the point you're just making, Mr. Ellerbee, they look at people and say, I want that. I want what that person has. I want that success. I want those numbers on social media. I want all these fans. Talk to us about the warning you give the artist, but also to all of us reading this book, about trying to have all these things without the proper foundation.
Everything comes when it's supposed to come. There's two words that I use. One is don't be ambitious. Be ambitious. Stay focused. And don't try to become all over the map at the same time. Don't let anyone block your blessings. Stay focused. I always tell people, demons come in disguises. Sometimes they come as your brothers and sisters. Sometimes they come as a family member or a manager. You got to really understand who you allow in your life.
Yeah.
Who you put in your life. You got to select these people who you put into your life, because everybody is not happy for you. And they used to say money was the root of all evil. No, it's jealousy is the root of all evil. And people will enter into your life and start to work with you, and you were saying, oh, I could not imagine that they would do this for me and do that against me. No. So it's self-preservation, it's staying focused, it's understanding everybody is not your friend. If you take the word friend and split it in the middle, you're going to get END, a end of a friend. So Those people that come to work with you and work for you, guess what happens? That's what they should be. Your work partners. They shouldn't be your friends. I don't have friends in this business. If you're working for me and with me, that's where it stops. I can't let everybody become a part of the formula. You cannot be an ingredient into my way of living. I have an understanding and a focus as to what I see and what my goals are. And they didn't come when I wanted them to come, but it was all experience. And that's what I want people to walk away with. Anything that your trials, your tribulations in life, they're not failures. It's experience that needs to be applied.
Love that. Such a great message. Stacy says on Facebook, hello to you, Stacy. Good to see you. She says, yes, speak demons will be your closest friends and family, and sometimes the partner you choose. And she says she's thankful for this interview. Thank you for that, Stacy. Over on IG, hello to you, Mo Barnes. Joy, I think it's Joy. Hello to you. Good to see you over there on IG. Mr. Dobhi, maybe. Hello to you. Good to see you. Triple Access Media says bravo and continued blessings. So I want to talk about that a little bit further, Mr. Ellerbee, because you say this on page 23 of the book. People want things to be fast, but when we are looking in and experiencing it, if it happens too fast, we don't trust it. We don't trust food that can be prepared too fast. We don't trust the stability of buildings to go up too fast. We didn't even get to keep the Concorde, the plane that was able to get people from the U.S. to Europe at rocket speed, because people on the ground could be devastated. So it could only fly at top speeds over water. But if it was doing damage to people, it was also doing something to the water, and it was ultimately banned. And now I love this part. A great life is the aspiration of longevity. And that's true for the icon on stage, the lawyer in the courtroom, the surgeon in the operating room, the stylist with a creative vision, or the parent who knows that the best moments with your children are when they return home to see you or pick up the phone to call you in the middle of their day because they missed you. Longevity is the point of it all, and the remainder that will keep you going when the phone doesn't always ring or they pass on your project. That is such a powerful thing, Mr. Ellerbee. But here's the funny thing, though. I say funny, but maybe I mean sad. That even though we hear you as someone who's had the career you've had, 50 plus years in this business, you've worked with some of the biggest stars in the world, people will read that and say, well, yeah, but still, I want this now. Talk to us about what helped you to get to the place where you understood the importance of patience as well as the importance of longevity.
I've seen so many young people come my way, come to me for my counsel, and I've seen them vanish. Be patient. You have to understand that you're the commodity. You must build you. You must be able to sell you. And you must be knowledgeable about you and what you want in life. You can't be, it's not a dictatorship. I want you to be equipped, intelligent, intellectual enough to know about the business, not necessarily so much about the craft, but about the business. That's what we get lost at. We want to trust everybody. I trust in the Lord and I trust in a dollar bill. That's what I trust in. I can't trust in another human being, but I can do this. I can better myself. I can become knowledgeable. I can get involved in my career, and I can help others. I've just seen so many people come across my desk, and it's like, oh no, I want this now. My record is hot. Oh no, I'm the best actor in the world.
Yeah.
Tank. You ran out of gas because you didn't take the time to understand and be able to select people that's going to do right by you. People that's going to inform you and educate you and tell you the who, what's, the when. I always tell people I've never, ever, ever, ever sold a record in my whole 55 years of being in this business, because I don't sell music. I sell talent. And I mean, selling talent, that means that I have to really take the time out for you to become knowledgeable, how to govern your talent, how to make money from your talent, what kind of investments, how you need to make sure you pay your taxes. These are all of the things that I think that mentoring is about. It's not. And how do I gradually grow and mature and understand what this business is about? Now, once you get to a certain point, you can go out there and do you.
Yeah.
You can become greater, and then the greatest of what you go to do. But you have to be prepared to win. And a lot of us are not prepared to win.
And that's why we're so glad, Mr. Ellerbee, to have you here with us all this week as part of this series based on your book, Before I Let You Go. Again, you all can see it there. Today, we've just been kicking it off with the introduction. Tomorrow, we're going to kick it off with an important chapter, I think, and that is the Department of Style, Craft, Refinement. But before I let you go today, Mr. Ellerbee, there are two things I do have to ask you about. This is our first interview we've had together since the loss of Mr. Frankie Beverly. I know that was a client and friend of yours. Also, of course, since the loss of Tito Jackson, you, of course, know that family. What has that been like for you to not only to see the love that those artists are getting, but also to think about the impact they've been able to make through their music and lives?
First, let's take Frankie Beverly. Music more gospel, and he stopped and he smiled. He said, "You know, you're the first one that ever asked me that." Because when you go to listen to his music, like We Are One, I just got a gospel kind of feel because of the lyrical contents of the song. My God, he was just the most amazing, nice, wonderful man. But I have learned in my lifetime never to question God's work or his work in his word. And so only God knows what Frankie was really going through. And I pray that God would receive him, and that his memory will always be forever lasting. I love the fact that people are now waking up and giving him all of the praises and the glory all over the world. I go on social media, they're having this party, kids are singing at 5 and 6 years old in choirs. You know, he deserved it. I think he was one of the most unsung individuals until late 2 years ago. People start to wake up and understand who he was and his contributions that he's made. And, you know, when we start to talk about the Jacksons, I mean, how could we be remiss in not talking about what this family brought to the table for us, for the world, musically. I heard really on Tito because of his children. I'm always concerned with the children and how the children are going to function afterwards. But I think the love that he gave his 3 children is going to live with them forever. I mean, man, we can go on and on and on about some of our great leaders who are no longer here. And just happening in the last month, it's just like this one, that. So that's why I say it's so important to give everybody the love, the hugs, the kisses, and give them their flowers while they're here so they can smell them.
Such a great thing and such a great reminder, and which is why the title of your book is so much more poignant now, Before I Let You Go. Again, thinking about that legacy, thinking about that impact, but also thinking about being the best of yourself. Again, everyone, celebrity publicist, best-selling author Angelo Ellerbee is kicking off a 5-part series with us today. We'll be back tomorrow, as I mentioned, same time all this week. So make sure you guys are joining us here on the Amazon Live platform. Get your copy of Before I Let You Go, either in paperback, in hardcover, or in Kindle, all here on Amazon. Again, for those joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, You will find the link to come over to Amazon to get it for yourself. Those joining us on X will put it in the comment section. Those on Instagram will put it in our stories. Mr. Ellerbee, looking forward to continuing our conversation tomorrow.
Thank you so very, very much. I
More
appreciate
than
you.
welcome. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, I'm Cyrus Webb saying thank you so much for being with us. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.